tension. And if you are feeling any tension anywhere, just breathe into those areas as best as you can. Even visualize it. The more you are able to focus on the breath, the more you are able to quiet the mind, the more you are able to be present in your practice. And in turn, the more you are able to take away from your practice when you leave this room. You say how you handle your practice is how you handle your life. So take that through your practice. Slowly here, begin to rise up onto all fours. Taking one cat-cow with your inhale and exhale. On your exhale, curl the toes and right away come into your downward dog. Letting your head go, letting your shoulders go wide as your thighs press back. Alternating the legs, walk them out, just warming them up. Breathe into those legs. And then step by step, let's slowly take our feet up to our hands at the top of the mat. Folding all the way into Uttanasana at the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to stand, sweeping nice and tall. Exhale, release your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms, nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward, all the way down. Halfway lift. Press those seated bones back, lift the shoulders, the heart, the belly. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep nice and tall, all the way up. Bring your hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale. Folding forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Sweep to standing. Stay standing. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment here to set an intention. Something for yourself only. Inhale, rise the arms nice and tall. Exhale, release, fold forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, bring your right knee down. Inhale, rise the arms up, crescent moon. Exhale, straighten up your front leg and fold forward over it. Inhale, flatten your front foot and spring up to the top, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's take the left leg back. Bring the left knee down. Crescent moon, rise up on your inhale. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Bring even hips back a little bit. Fold over the right leg. Inhale, step up to the top. Halfway lift. To exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to mountain, nice and tall. Bring your hands to heart center. And we're going to go through that again. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, right leg goes back. Crescent moon. Flow with your breath. Halfway lift. Left leg goes back. Halfway lift, take a nice big step. Exhale, fold down. This time, rise to mountain, nice and tall. Sweep it up. Exhale, hands side to center. Inhale, sweep the arms, nice and tall. Exhale, release, fold down. Halfway lift. This time, hop or walk the feet back. High plank to low. Inhale, up dog. Good. Exhale, down. Great. Keep the belly tucked up. Take your right leg. You're going to rise it up high to the sky and come up onto your left tippy toes. Feel it through the hamstrings. Point both sets of toes. Reach it up, even weight through both hands. Good, and then exhale, step your right foot through. Crescent moon again. We're going to flow through this same flow a few times. So we inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Good. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale. Keep the belly engaged. Last one. Good. This time, exhale, bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Keep your left knee on the ground. Keep your left hand on the ground. Reach your right hand up to the sky. Good. As you hold here, begin to straighten up the front leg, flexing the foot. You might even bring that left hand back a little bit, but keep in the twist as you straighten up the front leg. Hip square, and then release. From here, step back, downward dog, Vinyasa, flow through. Good. Left leg, let's reach it high, coming up on your right, tippy toes, nice and high. And then step it through, crescent moon. Belly's engaged, rise it up. Heart opens, take a crescent shape through the back. And then exhale, fold over the leg. Flow with your breath. Keep moving nice and fluidly with your inhales and exhales. Last one. Inhale, rise it up, and then we're going to fold to the inside of the left leg. Start with the twist first. Reaching the left arm up. Press your hips over to the right. They're going to want to go over to the left. Press them over to the right a little bit. Keep the shoulders out of the neck. Specifically that right shoulder is going to want to really shrug up into the neck. Good. You might even bring your hand back a little bit. Find where it feels right for you. Ground down through that hand. Good. And then from here, begin to straighten up through that left leg. So that right hand might come back and twist it up. Good. Press the hips back evenly. Belly's tucked up. Good. Release. Step back, down, down. Or sorry, high plank. Vinyasa flow through. You can go straight to downward dog if you'd like to. It's your practice. Good. Take a big inhale, spring up your legs, exhale, hop or walk up to the top. Halfway lift, press the seat of bones back, so you're getting even a nice hamstring stretch here. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to standing, sweeping it up, nice and tall. Exhale, release, fold forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, come into warrior one. Rise up, warrior one. Good, square the hips forward, shoulders forward, bellies engaged. Pull those rib cages together through the front. Good. Left knee is nicely stacked over the ankle, grounding down strong into your right heel. Stay with your breath. Keep the hips square. We're going to fold forward over this left leg, straightening it up. You're going to feel a stretch at the top of the foot, maybe even into the shin. Stack your left knee back over your left ankle. Pivot your back foot parallel to the back of the mat and rise up, warrior two. Interlace the hands behind the back. Begin to fold into a humble warrior, bringing your left shoulder to the inside. Straighten up the front leg slowly. Good, and then bring your right shoulder back, your left shoulder back, almost like you're in a triangle pose with no arms. Back to warrior two, stack that left knee, open the arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill all the way down. Step into the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, left foot goes back. Warrior one, rise up. Strong as you press back into that left heel. Feel the stretch in the calf. Squeeze the rib cage to the front. Keep the shoulders nice and wide. Right knee nicely stacked over the ankle, really engaging into that left thigh. Belly's pulled up and in. And then we slowly fold forward as we straighten up the right leg. Stay with the breath. Keep the belly engaged. Good. Set it up here. Now we're going to come into warrior two. Windmill your arms up. Shoulders relax. Tug of war between the fingertips. Interlace the hands behind the back. Let's go for the humble warrior. First, bow down to the inside, but you're reaching your forehead to the top left corner of your mat. Your right shoulder might even come on the inside of your right knee. Don't worry if it doesn't. Try not to rest on that right thigh, though. Keep your belly tucked up, and then slowly begin to straighten up the front leg as you rotate the shoulders back. The upper body almost just stacks perfectly onto the right side, like a no-arm triangle pose. Feel the hamstring in the right leg. A nice stretch. Ground down into the four corners. Try not to grip through the toes. Keep your belly tucked up. Good. Stack your front knee. Open back. Warrior two. Let's go for reverse. Big inhale. Exhale, windmill all the way to the top of the mat. Good. Halfway lift, toe heel your feet a little bit wider. Exhale, fold down. Take your hands and snake arm them around your legs. So bring yourself through the legs, but try to reach your seated bones up. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the crown, lengthen the back of the legs. Release the snake arms. Stay folded here, straightening up maybe the legs a little bit more. Release, toe heel the feet back to a comfortable stance. Halfway lift. Exhale, release, fold down. Inhale, rise nice and standing. Sweeping it up to mountain. Exhale, Utkatasana. All the way in heels. Chest shining forward. Shoulders relaxed. Belly's tucked in. We're going to fold into a 90-degree angle. So as we hinge forward, our legs begin to straighten up. Hold it here. Press back through the seated bones. Good. Release. Fold down. Halfway lift. Exhale. Step it back. Come into low lunge. Rise up. Crescent lunge again. Good. Exhale, this time bring your hands to the inside. We're going to straighten up the front leg. We're going to walk it out on a 45-degree angle a little bit. As we walk it out on a 45-degree angle, okay, hands are supporting you. At any point, guys, you can use the blocks. All right, we're just going to turn it out to the left. Maybe feel a little bit of rotation and stretch in that hip and that T-band. Stay breathing, keep the leg engaged. And if you want to rotate it a little inwards, you probably notice more of the stretch the other way though. Good, so you might want to take it back there, or maybe even just rock it back and forth. Good. Slowly bring it back forward. Take the foot in the middle of both the hands. And we're going to rise into the standing splits. So take your forehead towards your left knee, spring it up, and keep that forehead towards that left knee. Rise it up as high as you can. And then release it down. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to standing nice and tall. Come into that seated chair again, Utkatasana. Belly's tucked up, shoulders nice and wide. Good. Hinging forward, straighten the legs, come to that 90-degree angle. Press the seated bones back. Maybe even soften the knees a little bit. If you're locking up the knees, press the seated bones back and soften the knees so you can get a bit of a deeper stretch. And an engagement through the hamstrings, through the legs. Keep the belly tucked up, and then release, fold down. Halfway lift. Left leg's going to go back this time. Crescent moon. And then let's find on our next exhale, we fold to the inside of the right leg. Let's straighten up the right leg, walk it out on a 45-degree angle, flex it up, and then just rock it out. So bring the toes out to the right side. Maybe into the center rocket, or just side to side. Awesome. From here, bring the hands both sides. We're going to go for the standing splits. Forehead comes to that right knee. Spring up that left leg. Rise it up. Notice if you're holding tension in the neck. You want to look to the ground. Look to the thigh, the knee. Maybe even take one hand onto your shin or your calf. Maybe take both hands and balancing it as you open it up. It's up to you. And then release. Good. Halfway lift. Toe heel the feet a little bit wider. Good. Bring our peace fingers around our big toes. Hold nice and deep through here. Stay with the breath. Building the heat with the breath, with the stretch. So you may not be moving fast, but you're definitely getting nice and warm from the power of your breath and your stretch. Release. Toe heel the feet back together. We're going to grab onto our blocks, bring them to the top of the mat. Good. Just keep them there. Halfway lift. Exhale, hop or walk the feet back. Vinyasa flow through. Down, down. Notice an opening that's happening here. Take your right leg, reach it up as high as you can, and then step it through to the top of the mat. Bring your hands onto the block, and then lift your left leg up into a warrior three variation. Squaring the hips, left leg lifts. Hands are supported here. Keep it light on the hands, not a whole lot of weight. They're just there to help you balance, but work on more of the legs. Find that 90-degree angle. Straightening strong through that right leg, wrapping your left thigh inward so you get nice square hips. Good, and now take your left foot and tuck it in behind your right heel. Halfway lift. Exhale, remove the hands off the block, fold down. Take your forehead towards your knee. Block's always there for you, so if you feel you need the block, feel free to just use it. We're going to go a little deeper here. Walk our hands over to the right hand side. Left hand staying on the ground, right hand reach it up to the sky. Belly is tucked up. Shoulders out of the neck. Round through the feet. And release. Good. Halfway lift, uncross the feet. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to mountain, sweeping strong, nice and tall. Exhale, release, fold forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, hop or walk the feet back. Vinyasa flow through. Awesome. Left leg, reach it up as high as you can, and then step it through. Take your hands onto the block, lift up into the warrior three variation. Work on the legs. So take a look at the legs. Use your own eyes to help with correcting it, all right? So you want to wrap your right thigh inwards so that you get your hips square, but try not to. What ends up happening when we do that, we sag the foot, right? It starts dropping when the knees start bending. Keep the legs straight. Wrap that right thigh inwards. Lower that right hip. Lift that right foot. And then tuck that foot in behind the left heel. Halfway lift. Exhale, come down onto the ground with your hands. Walk the hands over to the left-hand side. Getting a little deeper here. Right hand stays on the ground, left hand reaches up. Take a twist. Keep the belly engaged as you take the twist. Yeah, the block's there for you. Exactly. Use the block if you need to. Last breath. Exhale, release. Halfway lift, across the legs. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to standing seat, nice and tall. Exhale, release, fold forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, hop or walk the feet back. Vinyasa flow. Down. Great. From here, take your right leg, reach it high to the sky. Open up your downward dog splits, and then step it through, coming into warrior two. Windmill the arms up. Straightening up to the front leg, reaching forward, we're going to come for triangle pose. Grab on your block if you'd like to. It's there and easy access. Good. Keep it light though, so don't collapse onto the block or your shin if that's where your hand is. Reaching that left shoulder up. Good. Almost perfectly stacking it on the right shoulder. Notice if your right shoulder is rotating forward or into your neck. Make sure it's nice and engaged on the back. Ground down into the four corners of the feet. Try not to grip through the toes. Stay with the breath. Belly's tucked in. Good. From here, use your left hand to rise yourself up to standing. Bring your feet parallel. Toes slightly inwards. So the outer edges of the feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Good. From here, big inhale. Press back through the seated bones and begin to fold down. The more you press back through the seated bones, the more you're going to feel the engagement through the legs and come down to the ground. Try not to collapse into it. Keep engagement, almost like you're trying to tear the mat in half with your feet. Good, your hands can come wherever it feels natural for you. So it's directly below your shoulders or your head, that's fine. Or maybe you want to grab onto your ankles and go deeper. You need that little bit of oomph. Go for it. Wherever you are, just make sure the shoulders aren't collapsing into the neck. Good. Belly still engaged. Go your deepest you can take it here. And then release. We're going to walk our hands to the top. Grab both blocks. Pivot your right foot forward, your back foot into a lunge. Bring both blocks by your right foot. And we're going to flex up the right foot. So we're up on the tippy toes of our left foot and on the heel of our right foot. Good. Let the forehead relax towards the knee. Keep the belly tucked up. Lift your thigh up, your right thigh. Try not to lock out your knee. You want to keep some softness there, so you don't want hyperextension. Good. Plant your right foot down. Using your hands into the block, spring your left leg in about halfway. Hips nice and square here. So we're going to go for pyramid pose. Fold right down. Hips squared, so press that right hip back. It's going to want to come forward the most. Again, ground down into the hands, lift up your left foot, step it far back behind you. So it's like we just came back into the pose we just were in. Take your left knee down, we're gonna go for monkey pose here, okay? So walking your right foot forward, you have the choice here, okay, to either use the blocks like so, or even to take a block underneath your leg as you walk it forward, depending how deep you can go. You might not even need one, so it's up to you, okay? So if that's a choice there, you can also use here. Keep it light, more into the arms, okay? Take it wherever you can, and breathe. Don't hold the breath, just breathe. Don't worry about where your neighbor is. It's where your body can take it. And don't push yourself to the point where you can't walk this weekend. Stay with the breath. Good. Last 2 breaths. Release. Take the blocks up to the top. Bring your right foot back. You can come to downward dog or vinyasa flow through. It's up to you. Take your left leg, reach it nice and high. Step it through for warrior 2 to start. Straightening up through the front leg. Reach forward for our shoulder pose. Beautiful, guys. Nice straight arms, reaching straight up and not so much back behind you, but more straight up. And the energy we're doing to bring that right hand back, and instead use that in your rib cage to wrap your rib cage back. Belly still tucked in. Staying with the breath. Right hand, rise yourself up to standing. Bring your feet parallel. Take a big inhale here. Press back through the seated bones. Tear that mat in half as you fold forward. I dare you, even if you've got a manjuka, go for it. You got a lifetime warranty. I know I'm so funny, aren't I, guys? It's just unreal. Let yourself go here, but stay grounded through the legs. Press back through the seated bones. You might even feel like a bit of engagement through your butt cheeks. And trying to grip with the toes. Slowly come back. We're going to walk our hands to the top, pivoting our front foot and back foot, hands on both sides of the, or both blocks. All right, and spring it up, setting it up for pyramid. Square the hips, fold. Press that left hip back, keeping it square to the right. Good. Ground back and down into the blocks again. Lift your right foot up and step it back behind you, almost like we just were. Bring your right knee down and set it up, monkey pose. Stay with the breath. Last 2 breaths. Good. Slowly from here, release out of it. Step back, high plank to low, Vinyasa flow through. Downward dog. Good, in our downward dog here, we're going to take a big inhale, and with all our might, try to find yourself on your bum. So if you can kick your legs through, that's great. Or you might just bring your feet underneath you and then come onto your bum and then kick your legs out. So find yourself on your bum with your legs straight out in front. Sitting nice and tall. Pull the seat bones back. Rise the arms up. Staff pose, sitting nice and tall, shoulders wide, spine long, belly engaged. When you're ready, and if you're ready, if you need a strap, take your strap. I have an extra strap here if anyone needs one. Anyone? Okay, let's fold. Try not to round the shoulders too much. Yeah, exactly, Olivia. Like, bring that engagement onto the back. So it's so easy to just kind of hold on to the feet for the dear life and just let everything shrug up. Bring that engagement onto the back. Keep your neck nice and long. Keep your belly engaged. Few more breaths. Good. Release. Take your right foot into your left inner thigh. Bring your left leg out just slightly on a 45-degree angle. Square the hands, the shoulders, the ribs over the left leg, and then fold down. Wrapping the hands as best as you can around the left leg. Try to bring that forehead towards the knee as best as you can. Keep the belly tucked in. And release. Take your right leg now, cross it over your left. Try to stack the knees as best as you can. You're going to feel this through the left hamstring up into the left lower back here. And begin to fold forward if you can. This might be enough. Alright, both feet are flexed. And then folding forward, maybe even using the blocks here. That's a great option too. You can just kind of rest down onto the blocks. Release. Take both legs straight out again. Sitting nice and tall. You might even need to pull that flesh back again. Let's fold forward. Shoulders engage on the back, see the bones press back, heart comes forward. And release. Bring your left foot to your right thigh. Your right leg out on side 45. Square your shoulders, square your ribs, your arms. Let's fold it forward. Make sure your body's still staying engaged. And if you're using your strap, keep those shoulders engaged on the back. Yeah, good job. Breathe through this intense deep pose. And release. Taking now that left leg, cross it over. Flexing both feet, inhale to exhale. Slowly release. One last time, bring both legs straight up. Inhale, rise nice and tall. Exhale, release, fold forward. Notice any more opening. This is a little bit easier than what it started with. Stay with the breath, belly engaged. And then release. Slowly roll onto your back. Nice and flat onto your back. Just reach your arms up overhead. Stretch it out. Finding length through the entire body. Good. And then from here, we're going to take the right leg up. Keep the left leg down. Right leg comes up. Interlace your hands around your calf. Try to keep your legs straight. Make sure if you can't reach for the calf, then take it to the thigh. But allow your knee to come towards your chest. Keep pressing straight through your heel. So your leg might not be perfectly straight, but if you keep pressing through your heel, you're working as best as you can to get it there. Shaking's okay. Breathe through it. Take your left hand now, guide your right leg, let your right hand just come down to the ground. Guide your right leg over to the left hand side. Keep the leg straight, so you've got a 90-degree angle and you're taking a twist here with your 90-degree angle legs. Try to keep both shoulders on the ground, both feet flexed. Good. And then release. Let's go for the left side. Rise it up. Interlace the hands where it works best for you. Good, and let's twist it out. Good, release nice and flat into your back. Now bring both knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around. Hug it in, nice flat back. We're going to finish with a final spinal twist. Take your left leg straight. Bring your right knee up to the side of the ribs. Hug it in. So you're realigning the spine here nicely, even massaging out the ascending colon. And now let's take the right knee over to the left. We're not going to hold it for too long. Just a big inhale. And exhale. And let's go for the other side. Left leg comes up. Hug it in. Realign the spine. Massage out the descending colon and then twist it out. Big inhale. And exhale. Good. Once you finish, come flat down onto your back. Roll your shoulders underneath. Close your eyes. And let yourself just melt into the ground. your fingers. Reaching up overhead and stretching it right in. And with your eyes closed, roll over onto any side, letting your head just rest onto your arm. Coming into a comfortable fetal position. And when you are ready, and only when you are ready, rise yourself into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands into your heart center and take a moment here to reflect on your practice and your intentions. Giving gratitude for this day, for this practice, and for this community we have here. We'll bow to our hearts and finish with namaste. Thank you, Dad. Have a wonderful Friday. Happy weekend. How was your?
Yes, it's good. Right.